Old Man Zobin. Alright, Zobin, I killed the body snatcher. You better have some cool dialogue, because you're the only reason I came here. I actually found the snatcher's lair. When you're done telling about your heroic endeavor, the old warrior pats you on the shoulder. You did right punishing that thing for all the lives it claimed. Indeed. Anyway, I need to go. Not gonna lie, I did actually expect him to give me something. My feelings are a little bit hurt that he didn't, just like my dog, my sweet puppy dog, my adorable little puppy dog with a heart of gold's feelings are hurt that I still don't have a single subscriber, and it makes him whimper and kick his feet, and the only way to solve it would be for you to... Oh, they're not here. Subscribe. I have 0 subscribers, so you could be the first. Okay. I'm gonna get to the point. Let's roll another map. Let's head on down the road. Somewhere we gotta go. You don't know. Well, I'm not supposed to sing either. The YouTube check's not gonna like that, even though I'm a terrible singer. So what I'm going to do is go to that other place and see if that's the end of the game or not. I have been playing this for almost 13 hours. My plan was to play it all at once, but plans change. As you walk through the forest, you glimpse an extraordinary large owl perched atop a dead tree. It stares down at you with its huge iridescent eyes and bellows as if in inquiry. You say nothing. This game seems pretty focused on names, so I didn't want to give my name to the forest of all places. No, let's just get to Grainhold. There we go. Oh, there's a whole nother map. So we'll unlock this. We'll take a... No, nowhere. Oh, it's a big boy map too. Okay, this is a heck of an early access if I'm 13 hours into it, you know. I may look different next time. Maybe I'll go back to blue for the next playthrough. Who knows? Oh, and I have learned since last time, if you go to the devs like website or to Steam, the character I was freaking out about that one time that I thought was a bug was a real thing. Like it was supposed to happen. It's not a bug. They even specifically said this is not a bug. So it looks like we're fighting the classic RPG bad guys, right? The giant rat. So it seems like my monk, I think that's what this guy is, doesn't have like a lot of action points, at least compared to my other 2 characters. Do I have any darts I can throw? Yeah, he does pretty good damage. And there we go, we got a victory. It's been a while since I've played this. I thought about starting over, but decided against it. You do hear noise in the background. It's my adorable puppy dog who wanted to spend some time with me. So he's in this little office room with me. How do I sneak again? Watch me vanish. I mentioned this before, and I can't imagine you'd be watching this episode without watching the earlier ones, but when I play games like this, I have a bad habit of doing it like a puzzle, where I do the order first and then work my way in. Oh, I heard a cow. No cows? Lots of knives just out and about in the jungle, apparently. Okay. Follow this road. Let's make right. They're way over there. Look how far away they are from me. Good grief. I'm almost scared to send this guy in to fight, because he's not very tough. I don't really remember what my goal is. I think I'm looking for a town. It wouldn't change what I'm doing. Oh, a snake. Wow. So the enemies have a very big cone of awareness. So it looks like, I guess, if you're sneaking instead of that big cone, they have the sort of more standard triangle looking cone. That makes sense. A triangle and a cone are different shapes, but you probably got what I was going for. You picked up what I was putting down. I was going to make a lost his marbles joke there, but decided against it because mentioning that you were going to make a joke is so much better than making a bad joke, right? There's a cow. I heard a cow in the forest earlier, but now that I'm next to a cow, I don't hear it. To whom it may concern, you really think I'm stupid enough to keep my money here? Better luck next time. We're doing our best to be silent, that's for sure. What did I make the button to select all? What did I do? I wish I could do something for this dog. Oh, okay, here's a person. Like I said, I'm not going to do the voices this time, but I will read it for you. This fellow is ghost white with flour, as if he's been rolling in it. He must be the town miller. The man attempts to dust off his hands, but only succeeds in creating a hazy cloud of dust. He takes a moment to stifle a sneeze before speaking. I only sell wholesale. If you want flour, you'll have to buy it in town, like everyone else. I'm going to say noted. And you are? He says, Dizerna the miller. He tries again to dust off his hands with the same unfortunate result. Achoo. Gesundheit. Thanks. He sniffs. What do you want, anyway? Nothing much. My, what a fine mill you have. Did you build it yourself? I had no hand in it. The mill is here thanks to my grandpop, Mausburn. Praise the dragon, the old geezer was brighter than his kin. And I say, pardon my curiosity, but what exactly do you mean by that? And he says, well, old Masburn was the youngest of 3 brothers. They lost everything when their village went up in flames. With nothing but the clothes on their back, they hit the old dusty, seeking fortune and all that bull. This is the miller still. During their travels, the 3 rescued an ancient crone from a pack of snappers. He mimes the beast, snapping jaws with his hands. Turns out she was a barbarian soothsayer, and as a gesture of gratitude, she revealed their fates. And then I say, why did the village burn down? That's one good thing about doing voices, is I don't have to explain who's who. He says, I don't know, probably because of the war, or maybe somebody forgot to douse the hearth at the end of the day. He shrugs. Villages burn down all the time. And I say, to know your own fate sounds more like a curse than a blessing. He says, sure, if you've got the whole thing from start to finish, but the witch's prophecy was much more vague. She whipped out a map and directed them to a certain spot where she said they'd find their true life's calling. He pauses dramatically. You guessed it, the spot right here. I ask, what used to be here? He says the area was a flooded forest back then, and Grainhold a tiny settlement. What they found after following the crone's map was a huge stone, round and flat, lying on a hillock and topped with all manner of weird crap. What does that have to do with fate? He says, I'm getting to that. And I say, the stone they discovered was the perfect size and shape for a millstone. He says, exactly. And sitting on top of it were a goblet engraved with a skull, a dagger covered in dried blood, and a leather-bound tome pinned in an unfamiliar script. He says the eldest brother ran off with the dagger. It said he turned highwayman, until some hard boys from the big city caught up with him. He was boiled alive for his crimes. Woof. The middle brother took the book and skulked off to find a scholar to unravel its secret. It turned out to be the Kofidaean edition of Radla's 1001 recipes. I let him finish the story without interruption. And while they were gallivanting across the land like a couple of dolts, old Masburn cleared a few acres by the river, got friendly with a nearby farm family, and they built this mill house together. The giant stone has been grinding grain into flour ever since. The end. I ask, wait, what about the goblet? He says, he pawned it. I mean, the thing was decorated in gold leaf, and it had a skull engraving to boot. You can get a decent amount of coin for something like that. I say, well, that was quite the tale. He wants money. I'll give it to him. He says, thanks. Is there anything else you need? I got caught up in our gab fest, and I've still got a lot on my plate today. I say, do you happen to know how I can get to Swordhaven? He says, the city's on the far side of the river Tumsa. So you'll need to talk to the ferryman. You can find him at the docks. He points west along the river. I ask, I saw a giant footprint on my way here. Would you know anything about that? He says, maybe it was some animal, then shrugs. I do know. I ask, can I ask a couple of other questions? He says, nah, the only thing that interests me is my mill. That's it. And then I say, then I bid you farewell. He immediately returns to what he was doing. As you can tell, I'm a video game hoarder. I like to pick up everything. The bear traps. It's weird to me that they're all in these fields. Makes me think of Dragon Age Origins if you've played it. At the first town you come to, I think Lothering, there's a guy who wants to put traps everywhere. Like that was one of the first side quests. I think he wanted poison traps too. I love that game. I don't know what happened here. Looks like a cart got destroyed. Is that a tree or a spider? Orkin, this cargo is very important. Not only must it arrive at the meeting spot beyond the village of Grainhold, but you must also make it the smoothest ride of your pathetic little life. Shake the wrong barrel too hard, and want to know what happens then? A mighty explosion. That's what. Ba-boom. Yeah, just like that. Your guts will decorate the treetops, and your curse will see you reborn as a servant of our order yet again. Do you really want to enter another humiliating existence where nobody really likes you and they all just use you for the most dangerous and tedious tasks? Would you not rather be born into a noble family or become some fancy animal like the graceful hippo? Or dissolve in the majestic essence of the dragon and enter the perpetual bliss of ego death? In that case, take care not to hit too many bumps, all right? You absolute donkey. Gods, I hate you so much. You know, I actually hope you do get blown up. So we do need that blasting powder for the dragon fire. Anyway, cheers. Brother Kubmak Newtsbane. Didn't I get everything out of this? Yeah, usually it turns gray if it's empty. What is this? A circus? Strangers camp. Walk away.